And to success was great for Tyler because he began, doing things like going out to restaurants, inviting people to come with him. And I would occasionally go out to eat with Tyler and Eric and them and hang out with them. I was kind of a distance person because this was a group of guys that were very kind of flamboyant, loud. They weren't my type of friends. They were just people that they were gay, they were loud, they were out there. And Tyler was right there snapping his fingers and doing all this type of behavior, and it just wasn't my cup of tea. And I was not comfortable being in a restaurant around these loud, gay, homosexual men. Now, I'm black and gay and proud myself, but my God, the behavior that would take place with this particular group of guys, friends of Tyler's and Eric and them, it just wasn't something I could deal with on a regular basis. So occasionally I would go out to eat with them and we would talk about the plays and Tyler's success and, have great conversations. But one day in particular, we were at a restaurant called 10th and Myrtle, which was located at the corner of 10th and Piedmont in the Post apartment buildings complex that was just built, was practically brand new. And we met over there for dinner with Tyler and Eric and a bunch of other sissies, about 10, I would say somewhere between 8 to 10 guys. And we were sitting at this table, and I just asked Tyler. Tyler made it clear that he said, "Look, no one can know that I'm gay." And I'm thinking, what? Are you looking around? Did you see all these sissies you hanging around at this table? Nobody can know that you're gay, and you sitting around with all these damn sissies. I said, well, why? Why can people not know that you're gay? And he just told me, he said that if people find out he's gay, he's going to lose the support of the members of the black church members. Now, keep in mind, I had not been to Tyler Perry's plays. I'd only seen them on DVD. So I don't know who was going to see his plays. I assumed that they were just everyday African-American people. I did not know that he had such a huge church following. I'm not a church-going individual. I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness, so I don't know anything about the black America and the black church scene, not like Tyler knew. And Tyler knew enough about the black church scene to tap into that market and design his plays to bring these people out and spend their money. So then Tyler made it clear to me while we were sitting there that this was his bread and butter, and that if they found out that he was gay, that they would in fact stop coming out to his plays. And we argued this for a minute. It was an intense argument because, I'm not a man who hides. I've never hid my sexuality from anyone.
Hi, you guys. So that was Walter Lee Hampton, and he is a content creator here on YouTube and probably some other platforms as well. And he's based in Atlanta. He was also a bodyguard, I believe, at one time. And so when I first moved to Atlanta, I was hearing all these stories. And I tend to believe them. I started to believe, at first I didn't believe like a lot of people. I didn't believe when people were saying certain things about certain individuals. I didn't believe it. I'm like, I used to say probably what a lot of people think. Oh, gay people just want everybody to be gay. But as you keep hearing the stories and then you start hearing different stories from different individuals and they don't even know each other and you're in different cities or, you're not even in the same place hearing some of this stuff, you start to realize that there must be some layer of truth to this because everybody can't be lying across America, okay? Going across America, making up nothing on these people. And I'm not going to say no names. I'm just saying you start to realize, like, there's probably some truth to this stuff. I'm not saying all of it, right? Because people do lie, and we understand that. But like I stated, when people just keep saying things, and then when I moved here, I remember seeing his video, and he was saying, he was telling the story that you hear now in this video, because this audio is very old. And then Miss Sophia, who was on Frank and Wanda's morning show, was maintaining that Tyler Perry stole Medea from her. And she's also a trans woman. And they all claim that he was, in fact, a part of the Atlanta gay scene here. Now, I guess with the success of his plays, and for people who don't know our culture, who don't know anything about black folk, um, a lot of those plays were rooted in the church and in gospel music. There was a iconic play called Your Arms Too Short to Box with God, which was based on a book. And so a lot of those plays became successful, and they always were, like I stated, rooted in the church. And so Tyler Perry got his start as well, right? Creating plays that were centered in the church or in scripture. And so I get what Walter is saying. That's why he didn't want people to know that he was gay, because he had this his success was coming from church members. And that's true, because I remember finding out about Tyler Perry from my sister, who at the time was informing me and another one of my sisters about these plays, right? These Medea plays, because you guys know Medea was it was plays before the movie. And then that's how I found out about him as well. So that is true. It was, his audience was the black church in the beginning. However, let me say this, and this is my opinion, and that's what you get over here, my opinion. In 2025, and I said this about Puff Dame Diddy as well, and I stand on what I said, and this is what I feel. There's no reason for nobody in 2025 to be out here still DLing. Okay, you're doing that because you're going to do some stuff on the back end, okay, with all of that. These people are in a certain position out here where they have the ability to make careers. They have the ability to take careers from people. And so it's not okay for you to use that on the back end to make people feel like they have to do certain things in order to get work, or they have to do certain things, or they may lose their opportunity to a career. And so I feel like that is what Derek is saying. I'm coming in the door. This man is helping me come in the door. So in order for me to get to my next step, I have to keep this relationship. And I'm talking about a business relationship. I have to keep this business relationship, or I may become blackballed. And we already know about these type of things from who? From Monique, right? And so you start to put all this stuff together. It's like, okay, so these people are using their sexuality on the back end, and that's the real reason why they're not out here. Because clearly they're doing what they want to do. However, they're not informing the public, and then they're holding stuff over other people's head to keep them from informing the public, you see. And so this stuff is not okay. And yeah, I can appreciate Tyler Perry and some of the things that he claimed he has tried to do out here. But at the same time, you keep telling everybody how you making black millionaires. Are you using that over our head too? You see what I'm saying? You see the manipulation that goes on? Now everybody got to jump through hoops to make sure his name is, nobody can come against. No, I'm not doing all of that. I'm not doing all that. I don't know Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry ain't doing a damn thing personally for me. And I'm going to treat these people the same way they treat me and our community. You understand? So whoever don't like what I said, it is what it is. But no, I'm not going to be manipulated into allowing people to sit out here and harm people because he making millionaires. Like, yeah, I'm not personally, I'm a child of God for real. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not out here pretending like I'm one. So it is what it is. People can say whatever they want to say about the situation. It's left up to a judge and jury. And personally, like I said in my other video, I feel like he's going to settle with that man just like he settled with Christian. Okay? Because he know what's true and what's not. And he know if he was sending them emails and text messages.
He's got the whole world in his hands. He got the whole world in his hands.
To manipulate people, harm people, traumatize people, just to make a living out here. And as black folk, we should know better. And I said what I said. You guys can let me know what you think about all of this and about a baller alert sending him an open-end letter. I feel like they could have sent that letter in private. You know what I'm saying? If you really truly feel the way you're saying you feel. Because, yeah, he should be out here. If he is. He should be out here. If he's bisexual, he should be out here like everybody else. There's no reason. We have Daniels. What's the man's name? It's some very successful LGBT directors, writers, producers, music producers, dancers, everything up under the sun out here. There's no reason for nobody to be in no closet, especially when no black church is concerned, when half these folk in this church is gay they self. You understand? You got the Pink Panther out here losing his mind out here, telling people they got pretty legs. I mean, they got heels on, child. They got on more makeup that I'm wearing out here, and handbags that I'm wearing out here. I mean, cut it out now. We know we're not gonna play these games. But I do feel like the Baller Alert could have sent that letter private. They didn't have to send him no open letter. And I appreciate Walter's, his honesty, because he said this a long time ago. This is not new audio. He said that a long time ago, that he was friends with Tyler Perry on the Atlanta gay scene back in the day when he was doing plays, when he was coming up. You see, and so there are people that been knowing that he is gay anyway. So there's no reason for him to be out here like he hoodwinking the black church, right? Because then you are leaving a certain taste in people's mouth, and it don't have nothing to do with God. It has to do with trust. And what is your real goal with out here? Now that confusion is there. But it is what it is, because these folks, child, these so-called black elite or whatever they're supposed to be, they all a trip at the end of the day. And they've never meant well by our community, whether it's the church or just everyday folk anyway. And let's just keep it real clear, okay? But let me know what y'all think about all of this in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video.